don't you think all the stresses in your life are over? At least a significant part. But I earn 2 million, my living expenses is 2.5. I'm still stressed out because I do think about the remaining 500,000. It's stressing me. When it's at the end of before the end of the month, you're broke. You have to borrow money to fill up that space. Do you understand? So I will say this, ladies. Get into LLBR. This is a command. I'm telling you. If not, we will see 5 years time. We will see, say I was at that meeting, really? Who are you, please? What's your name? Really? You were there? And after that, what? I tell people, if you tell me a problem today, you come back tomorrow, you say the same problem. You come back after I say the same, afterward, you will not see me again. I'll no longer be available. Now tell me another problem, not the same one we've been talking about. Now tell me another problem. Why? Because you have outgrown that. Life is full of problems. I've outgrown this. Now I have another problem. You see, if you are going to grow in life, you must solve problems. You must have problems. Because growth comes from solving those problems. Wealth comes from solving problems. The level of problems you solve will determine how wealthy you are. So you will have problems. That's not a big deal. But don't have the same problem for 5 years. Don't have the same problem for 10 years. That means you have not grown. That means you are on the same level. That means your mindset has not developed enough to solve that problem. That's why you still have the same problem. So, basic leadership and entrepreneurship course. Register. Pay the money. Find the money. Whether God gives you or not, find it. We have payment plan. Dare to do. The power to walk on water will never come until you step on that water.
In faith.
Yeah, in faith. Yes. It is faith because I don't have the money in my hands, but I step on it by faith. I can't see, but I start. But once you start, the ability, the money, everything will never come. It's small thinking. Small thinking shrivels our minds, makes us just stay in one place. But big thinking says, I dare to do. I enlarge. More room. I'm going to attempt what I've never done before. I'm going to bite more than I can chew. And then, nobody has ever died stepping out. So step out of your box. Step out of the cocoon. Get an education. Develop yourself. Change your mindset. Get new mentors. Change your relationships. Read great books. Imagine reading 10 great books. You see, we're not promising you money. But what we're promising is to help you find something that is inside you that you have lost. So that you can become better and then begin to find other things. And it will take time. But you've got to start that journey. The journey of 40 years, some of you are 40, some of you are over 40, some of you are over 50. It can't be changed in 2 months. But it will start from there, and you will know what to do, and then you can take it up from there and keep moving. So we have 2 courses that somebody will share now. Well, kind of. We have the Find Your Gold course. Find Your Gold course for people that have not discovered themselves, you don't even know what business to do, you don't know where you are. It's find that thing, find your value package. Who am I? What are those things? What can I do? Find your gold. Alright? And then the other is Basic Leadership and Entrepreneurship course. You already have a business, but you want to take it to the next level. Alright? Get on for that. We're moving to advanced course as we move on. We're setting up our alumni groups. It's called the Leading Ladies Business Network for people that have graduated. Once we have that together, then we do the advanced course, which is the mentorship course on business. All right? And then of course, you have the basic startup course. All right? That's it. You start your business, or you have your idea, you know what you want to do, but you don't know how. So we just need a little push to just, to just get it started. Do you understand? So please, don't go here and say, okay, great meeting today, great workshop today. You can't do it alone. You can't do it. I tell people, I paid a finance coach this year to still teach me some things. I paid someone to come and teach me how to speak. Not because I couldn't speak, and I still can't say, not that I even spoke better, but I learned things. This is very important to where I'm going in life. If you're cheap, your life will be cheap. But if you have value, if you think there's something, then you will be willing to invest in yourself so that you can be better and keep sharpening yourself and sharpening yourself and sharpening yourself till you're better. So I love you. I mean, you guys are amazing. See you guys at the top. See you all at the top. Good to see you. Thank you all so much. And I look forward to seeing you in class, not on the streets.
Let's put our hands together for our queen and brother. Let's make it louder. What do we say to her? We love you. I hope that we are getting value already. I can see some people taking notes, and I believe that you would put those things to use. All right. So to take us further today, we have some of our seniors here, like she said earlier on, and we're going to be calling about 2 or 3 of them to just share with us what their experience has been so far in the Leading Ladies Business Institute. So I'd like to call at this time on Ari, we can put our hands together. So very quickly, I want you to just share with us, your journey so far, in the Leading Ladies Business Institute at the Basic Leadership and Entrepreneurship course. How did you get to hear about it? What prompted you to make that decision, and how has your journey been so far?
Okay, so I actually got to know PD when I was in school. I've been following her from a distance. But I think it was on social media one day, on Instagram. I happened to be a social media manager. And then I saw this thing about Leading Ladies Business Institute. I saw Pastor, so I think she'll be talking to us very soon. And she was giving tips of business, and she said, okay, that they're going to have a business clinic here on Wednesdays free. And I just I just started a business, and it was 2020, before COVID hit. So I was like, I have to be here, so I came. And it is free, and they're giving me value for my business. I was like, we are in this Lagos, freebie. So every Wednesday I was coming here. One of my seniors, she came and did her BLEC in 2020. So COVID hit, and I was like, I want to join the BLEC program, but I like to be in class. I learn better when I'm present. And so I waited and entered. I have started my business, but in this course, we are like 4 weeks old. I have been stretched. As in, I get home, like yesterday evening, I was done for the day. I was about sleeping. I was about turning off the lights. There was no light, turning off the lamp. And my daughter was like, mommy, are you not going to read? No, you're going to read. I was like, put on the light now. You always read. Where I read your book. It stretches you. One thing that PD has said here is that knowledge gives you confidence. I knew that I was a business person, that I wasn't confident in myself. So people would price me cheap. I didn't feel I could do it. But coming here for this week, stretching us, reading books that tell me what to do, reading books that helps me build systems. I actually just noticed also that I just got a job for myself in my business. I really don't have a business, because if I'm not there, the business doesn't have the money will enter my account. So from this program, I have been able to learn. I am learning how to, number one, put down my mission, my vision, as in put my business on paper, like what am I doing? So that even if I'm talking to somebody that wants to invest, I can pinpoint and say, this is what I'm about. So the Business Institute has helped me, it's helping me put processes in place and changing who I am. I am more confident. I have noticed that when it comes to business, most of my friends want to come to talk to me about business. Even with this, for my social media handle, as in business, everything everybody is doing, I see it on my status. So when they have anything business, even at church, my pastor called me, I'll come and train these people. The young ladies there, like, sister, okay, thank you for the skills. And it has just changed me totally. It has changed the way I think about business, as we have been told. It is about you giving value. So I've seen that I give you value, and if you want me to give value to you, you have to, pay the price. So I am more confident, I talk better. Normally I would have started touching, but here it has equipped me. I read, like right now, if you want to talk about leadership, I have something to say. we talk about business and systems, I have something to say because I have stored the knowledge, I have been given the opportunity to learn. So I would really encourage you women, if you have a business, come and find out that it's a job you have given yourself. Come and build a legacy. Come and build something that will stand the test of time and you can pass down to your generation. I pray that you make the right decision.
Someone that is hiding at the back there. Salama Balogo. Please put your hands down until she calls. I know I put her on the spot today. So let's keep clapping for her. Alright, so quickly, like Oke has done, tell us how you heard about LLBI, what made you, make that decision to come, and how was your journey? Salama is a senior, by the way. Alright.
Okay, I wish the camera was there. I just removed it too.
Don't worry, don't worry.
Okay, I got to know about LLBI through, I think it was on Instagram. So I started my business last year, September. I resigned to go into my HR career. So I started the certification in CIPM. But I knew I had something more I wanted to do. The aim was just to live the baby girl life in an halal way. So let me explain it to those that don't understand. So halal here in the best way I can do it legitimately, just to make money and make people happy. When I was doing a 9 to 5, I knew my time was just for the business, someone else's business. I knew I could do more. So I wanted two things. I wanted to do something that would make me happy and something that would give me that leverage to be able to earn or get whatever I want if I think about it. At least what I need, I should be able to afford it. So for savings, I knew savings and doing all those budgeting would not make me get to that point whereby I can say I've been financially free. So they say business, right? I said, okay, what business can I do? I help people manage their business. I'm still doing my CIPM, but I'm not going back to my 9 to 5. So COVID-19 came, I started looking for jobs, nothing clicked. I knew I was good at what I was doing, but I guess I'm a lazy cook. I don't like teaching.
I know I put her on the spot today. So let's keep clapping for her. Alright, you're welcome, Salama.
That wouldn't like
honoring my invite.
And I decided I just want to cook fast. So I thought, what can I do? Then a business idea came. Okay, why don't you just source these things for those women that can afford it? They don't want to do stress, but they want to cook. So I thought, okay, these women are not women like me yet, right? They're women in Banana Island that they want to cook, but they don't have time to be sourcing and sorting. So I thought, that's a business idea. But I'm not really a business person. I was telling myself then. So I started this business called Farm to Bele. Zero wahala, straight to the pot. Yes. You don't do any wahala. Just get the pack, rinse, and you cook. And you don't have to be thinking about how hygienic it was packed or if it was organic. We've done all that stress. So mine was making that money and making people happy, right? But I knew I was very whacked when it comes to making business or doing business. So I started Farm to Bele just like that, made a lot of research, asked some of my sisters that were into business, but I knew there was still more. Like, I don't like doing things average. I want to do it well and have a niche of what I'm doing. I said, Lagos Business School. I don't have the money. I don't. But I want to go to a business school. So I just wrote it down. I need to go to a business school. I need to attend some courses, paid ones or even free. Lo and behold, I was on Instagram. I just saw an ad pop up. Repositioning. December, they just did the ad somewhere. Since this is me, these people are talking to repositioning. And I saw this woman, Akam, billionaire. I thought from her. I saw another one, Ask Dams. She was a lawyer, but now she's doing something else. So, that confusion of, I want to do this, I want to do this, but I don't know what I want to do. Sometimes I feel that you are in HR, what are you looking for in food stuff business? But then I saw Ask Dams, who studied law in the UK, and she doesn't even do anything relating to law. So I told myself, you are okay. It means it doesn't have to be what you studied that you should get a business in that line. So I attended repositioning, and repositioning was not really. So what made me attend BLEC was through someone's story. A lady who came and talked about how she started a business and how all the businesses she started, nothing to show for it. She stays very far, maybe at Barra, and she will have to wake up early in the morning, come to Surrey, and like, this one can do it. Then later when she was talking, quickly I just went on Facebook to check her page. I saw the numbers of followers. I saw the growth in the business. She had over maybe 10,000 followers. I saw the projects that she has been doing. Then I looked at the span of when she did a BLEC course, what she was before. I said, no problem. I am joining this course. I don't want to know how much you call it, but I will join. So I wrote it down on my daughter, joining BLEC course. I didn't ask them for the cost because I knew, this mentality, I cannot afford it. I could not afford it, but I paid up. How did I pay? I don't know, but the money came. So when I came for BLEC, the first class I had, I knew I didn't make a mistake. So you see, from the books, reading, from the financial empowerment, everything gave me like a mindset shift. And I said, okay, this is looking like the kind of life I want to live. I am not there yet. But I have this high up now, and this path already cleared that, okay, you know where you want to go. This is not the only thing I want to do, but at least it is part of the things that would help me or give me leverage towards that financial freedom. And I must tell you, BLEC was a life changer. BLEC was an answered prayer. BLEC repositioned my life. No, it is not just about the business. Personally, I am a different person. So my new nickname now. What's your name? Who knows my nickname? Billionaire Muslima. That name will soon be trademarked. BN. It will still be trademarked. And why? Because with that name, that nickname I had, I actually did a graphics on it that I put on my display picture. I changed my status on WhatsApp. Changed the name. Somebody went into my DM last week and said, do you know why I'm here? I can even show you on WhatsApp. I said, why? I love the name you used. And I was like, okay, really? So there's some people there. So most of us want something, but we are scared of that money mindset. We are scared of it, so we cannot get it. So right now, people have the wrong mindset about money. But yeah, my mindset has changed after joining BLEC, that it is not impossible for you to be a woman and a millionaire. So the stories that come to me now are stories of people that have actually done a lot of things in their life. Different from how I was like 2 years ago. Why? It is because of the image I've given myself and what I want to divulge. So now you see one funny story. I told myself I wanted a Range Rover. You know this new Range Rover that looks feminine? Very small. Very small Range Rover, like cute. I liked it. I said, this Range Rover is very fun. Do you know, every time I go on the streets, going out, I see that Range Rover every single day. Every single day. This morning on Instagram, City Cars advert came to my Instagram timeline. Do you know what I saw? Range Rover. White. And you know, I just told myself, no, maybe not in Nigeria, but somewhere. So this is just to tell us that it starts from the mindset before you can get that thing. You just need to change your mindset. Farm to Bel Air is not where it's meant to be. It is just on the journey because I'm barely a year. But you know, things are better for me. The books, the experience, the network, everything has been worthwhile. And the best I can give my friends, I told one of my friends, I said, see, if you don't change, very soon I'll leave you alone. She's at the back there, she can attest to it. I told her, and you see, it's not only business, there are many, many, many things that will be coming your way. So you'll be thinking of investment.
Yes.
For the first time in my life, I've invested in 2 things. From what? I'm not working, but the thing is happening. I don't know how.
She said 3 things that struck me. You know, she said she thought she was not a business person. And that's the limiting mindset that will help you, you know, take off when you come to LLBI. She also said, you know, she was talking about the fact that she didn't like picking beans. But that very problem is the reason why she's doing Farm to Bel Air today. And finally, she said education is important. There's something I always say, will you allow someone that's not gone through medical school to operate on you? Will you enter a plane with someone that did not learn how to fly? They say, don't worry. Did you go to a school of aviation? And no, God will help us. Will you enter that plane? No. So why do you think that you can start and run a successful business without learning? It won't happen. And that's why we have so many micro businesses that remain micro for the rest of their lives. So in LLBI, we want to help you to learn how to build sustainable businesses, like legacies, you know, that you can hand over from one generation to another. And finally, she said, it's not just about business. You will change as a person. And she's threatening her friends already. Alright, so finally, I think there are 2 more people, if you will. I want to call one of our seniors. Please put your hands together as I welcome Ineka Obi. You're welcome, ma'am. Alright, so in like 2 minutes, because of our time, can you just share with us, you know, what your experience was, what even propelled you to come, and you know where you are now? LLBI. No, LLBI, when you came.
Is it afternoon? First of all, I want to apologize. I came late today, as usual. So, thank you very much for this opportunity. She said 2 minutes, I'll try and fast. But the story is plenty. It's plenty. I don't know which one I will pick. But I want to start by saying a big thank you. In fact, thank you is not enough for the people that started this institution. LLBI, PD, PI. Listen, I'm very emotional, and when I'm part of something, I don't stop. LLBI made a shift in my life. I worked in oil and gas for 17 years. I went to school, I have my MBA. I did Nest Oil for another 3-4 years, and then I came to LLBI. Just 2 months of LLBI. That is why I'm standing here today and speaking. When I came into LLBI, it was like, in fact, I'll tell you my story. How I time I came to LLBI, I was already out of work. I had resigned because I wanted to spend more time with my family. I didn't have time, but I was always traveling. And I started my cooking business, and she said, do something that you love to do. And even if you don't pay for it, you enjoy. I love to cook. I'm like, kitchen is my soul. I love to just make people happy eating. I said, okay, let me start cooking business. I started my business. I was cooking. You know, I was doing catering for offices, but it wasn't, you know. Okay, it wasn't. I wasn't getting the kind of finance and money because I wasn't working anymore. By now, I got tired, so I was lying down one day. Somebody called me up, my cousin. Neka, there's this free LLBI, there's this free business entrepreneurship class. I'm gonna have somewhere. I said, okay, I don't have any, I'm coming. Wednesday, I drove from Ajah and came here. And within an hour, I was saying I wasn't out there. Within an hour, I was shown how to put my business on Google for free. And immediately I was having dates. People were calling, oh, do you book here? Do you do? I'm like, really? Just to come for a free class in 1 hour? I said, please, where is the form? At that point, I was broke. I didn't have any money. And like Philly said, I stepped in. Then I was in, well, I guess I was in plan. I just took it. So I said, listen, I'm going to do this thing. And of course, you know men. When you come back, I said, sweetheart, I have this thing. I said, and they want to brainwash you. I said, how much is it? I said, I beg. I just told them, I filled the form the day I left here. And it was the last class for the year. It starts on Friday. That was on Wednesday. And I said, God, okay. Like she said, she wrote it down. I didn't know how to write down things until I came to LLB. So I said to myself, I said, you know what, I'm sleeping, I'm closing my eyes to sleep tonight. And I know that by tomorrow morning, the money for this thing will come out. And I slept. The next morning I woke up. And somebody was saying, Neka, there's this account that you have, you haven't checked it. I went to the account, there's so many, like 50,000. I just took the money and paid. So the first thing everybody is still watching is your mind. I knew I had to come to this school. You know why? I didn't have the finance, but I wanted to do it. So my mind was made up that I'm going to do this course. I didn't care how it was going to happen. And from the day I stepped into LLBI, my life changed. See this reading I'm talking about? It's the best thing you can do for yourself. Yes. People will threaten you. I will stress you. If you are ready for the task, you will do it. And I like competition. I will prove to you that okay, you want to show me, I will show you. I will read. And I will submit my what they call reviews. Yes, 2018 I did my LLB. So it was interesting, and people here are wonderful. So I don't know why you're here, what brought you here, and I'll keep telling my stories because there's so much. I said there are too many, I can't even start. This same LLB is where I heard you read and you make money. I thought, how can you read and make money? When you read good and money will come. Okay? Then I heard it. But I still kept on reading. And she said, I didn't leave the environment. I finished school, but I kept on. We'll have any reading club, I'll join in. We'll read for a month. We'll share ideas. We'll have meetings. I kept on. So at the point at which I'm doing, what I'm doing now, I'm into network marketing, a new company in town. So that's what I'm doing now. But how would I step into this place? I was reading, we're reading Secret of Millionaire Mind. I was about rounding up the book. And at the book, when you're reading the book, you're like internalizing what you're reading. And somebody called me and told me about it. If that call had come like a month before, then I wouldn't have done this business. So when they called me, and that day I didn't have enough money in my account as usual. And she was like, come and do this business. I mean, just open up your mind and listen and learn. Like you said, a lot of people don't know what network marketing is. Right now, I'm going from state to state, country to country. And I'm talking to people and training teams in parts of this business. It's not about the money. You walk, money will follow you. I walked in there, it was like, I'm not making money. Yes, but it's my mind. My personality has changed. I don't look for the money. The money comes behind me. It just follows me behind like that. So if you're here, I don't want to, like, my time is up. Please, sign up. This is where I started, LLBI. All the number of years of school I've gone through, I didn't learn it from there. This is where I picked up everything I'm using today to be who I am. It will change your life. Not just the business, your personality, your life. You will become somebody to reckon with. Just join this business, this school. Yeah, so, and you will thank later. So LLBI, PD, PI, Fate, I owe you my life. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything. God bless you all.
Right, thank you. And put your hands together for me. Wow. I think if we close at this point, it's fine, right? But don't worry, we're not closing yet. We have a few more things to go. I want to call this last person before we move to the next segment. And I call her Mama, right? Her name is Mrs. Folake Jaguno. Please can we put our hands together? Right? Let's keep putting our hands together as she comes from here. She's looking amazing today. Please, in just 2 minutes, just share your experience with us. she's in the current class, so she's going to share how it has been for her in 2 minutes. Thank you.
Wow. Well, I got to a stage in my life and it was just static. I wasn't moving forward. I wasn't moving backwards. And then, before then, I think I sat under Ifemade, she didn't know, and I was listening to the web training about financial intelligence. And so by the time she analyzed it, I cried all through the night because I knew, wow, I'm in trouble. Then PD wouldn't leave me alone. She kept saying, what you don't know is limiting you. What you don't, go to school. Go to LLB. I'm like, why is she saying that? I'm like, why is she talking to me like I said, school at this age, which school again do I want to do? I've done this school. She says, go to school, I'm telling you. Because by the time you're looking for me, I won't be there. I'm like, And so I decided, and I just made up my mind. I said, okay, I think she's right. Because when you talk about business with me, I'm like this. I don't like business. I'm afraid of business. I'm afraid to ask you for my money. I don't know what you are going to do when I ask you. You know, I can't, I'm just afraid. And that has been what has been limiting me because I don't understand what business is. So that aspect, I have 2 great sisters, they can sell a human being. When they tell me, come and just please, you know that's not my strength. And they're like, it's your strength. I'm like, no. So my first day, my first experience, I met with Pastor Iswa, and she said, we will stretch you. We will move you. I'm like, hey. Now I send myself to school. I'm like, what are we now going to face in this place? But I'm telling you, it's amazing. My life has just turned a 360. I'm still in the class. I used to be a very poor math student. So sometime during the week, they brought the accountants, and she was supposed to teach us financial analysis. I'm like, wow, this is my greatest fear in school. But by the time she went through it, I said, see, without this particular course, then everything you are doing is zero. You never make money. And she took us through the rudiments. I'm like, what? Is this what I've been missing? So I'm telling you today, if you're like me, that is so much afraid and afraid of the unknown, trying to identify who you are, you need to be in this course. If you're like me that feels, well, I don't know how to sell, you need to be in this course. It's not about selling, just like what PD said. It's about growing capacity. It's about, you know, your level of growth that now begins to make money. Just like the last speaker said, it starts following you and you're like wondering, how is this happening? So, just in a nutshell, just join this class. Don't be here with graduates.
Thank you. You have all spoken well. So at this point, I'm going to introduce another phenomenal woman. She is the CEO of the Leading Ladies Foundation. She is amazing. In fact, I don't want to talk too much. When she comes, you will see her. Let's put our hands together with a thunderous round of applause as we welcome Iswa.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. It's so great to see your beautiful faces. Please put your hands together for us. Alright, I'm so excited to be here, and I'm particularly so glad to see your beautiful faces. You see, every time I see women gather, I'm so excited, and I'm going to tell you why. I believe very strongly that women are one of the most influential species on the earth.
That's right.
And you know why? From the day a child is born, the child is already acquainted with the mother. Now, usually they say that from the time the child is about 5 months thereabout, the child can already tell the mother's voice. So I remember watching a video many years ago, and this baby was born, and the baby kept yelling and yelling, and the baby would just not keep quiet. And then the doctor now said, Mom, do you mind talking? And the moment the mother spoke out, the baby just kept quiet. A newborn baby, less than 10 minutes, who could already recognize his mother. Now, what am I saying that? Women are the most influential people I know. And that's why women empowerment is not a joke. Your growth, your development, now you've heard many things today, haven't you?
Yes.
I mean, different people have said many things. All right, and I know there's already an impression upon your mind. There is a way that you can hear those things and go back today and not make a difference. But I want to paint a picture for you. I want to help you see your future very clearly and see it from the eyes of your children. Whatever a woman does not achieve, she puts a limiting barrier on her children. Whatever battle you don't fight as a woman, you put those same battles on your children. The challenges you have today, look at your parents, they had those same challenges. You have it in a different degree. Whatever battles, whatever challenges, whatever mindset you don't conquer, you are handing those same things to your children and they're going to be throwing the same line. And that's why you owe yourself, you owe your children, you owe your grandchildren, you owe an entire generation what you learned today. I was speaking to someone yesterday and I told him rather, that the bridge between where you are and where you want to be is personal development. Did you hear me this afternoon?
Yes.
I'm going to say that again. The bridge between where you are and where you want to be is personal development. It takes personal growth to be able to build that bridge and get to the end of your dreams. Many women forget their dreams by the time they are 22 years old and they start chasing marriage or they start having children. And then they get to the age of 40, thereabouts, and they begin to ask themselves questions. So I ask women, take away your husband's name, take away the business that you have, take away the number of children you have, who are you? Can you define yourself without those stabilizers? Can you define who you are without those, those beautiful things that we classify ourselves with? Someone says shock absorbers. Who are you? Who are you? What are the things you want to achieve? There's nothing about the female brain that makes it more intelligent than the male's brain. And that's why when Piri was talking, she said, husband and wife, you go to school in the same class, and then you go home and still relax, waiting for your husband to bring the money. Who said so? We live in a time and a generation where we need two people to work in the home. True or false? Yeah. And even the two self is not enough. So my question to you is, what are you going to do about your life? What kind of picture are you going to paint for your children? Whatever you don't achieve, you don't empower your children to achieve. Whatever you achieve, you give them the empowerment to go beyond you. So, what are you going to do? When it comes to wealth, you become it, you don't pursue it.
Yep. Yes.
You may pursue wealth, but it's like someone running after the wind. You don't get anything. Who are you? Wealth, success is who you become and not what you have. I was listening to one billionaire today and he said, you know what, all I need, put me in the desert and I will reproduce my wealth again because my wealth is inside of me. If you measure yourself by what you have, what you own in your bank account, those things are so trivial. That money can disappear. The question is, will you be able to recreate it? Growing up, my father had a lot of money. And I used to tell people then, my father's workplace and my school was on the same route. Yes, I had my own personal driver and a car. My father had his own driver and a car. And we used to go around the same time. A few years down the line, all of that was nowhere to be found. And trust me, nobody from our village visited. They are too wicked to be able to do that. Not his mother-in-law, father-in-law, all of those things that we tell, those lies we tell ourselves. But let me tell you what happens. If your income takes a jump beyond your personal development, you're going to lose it.
Yep.
So you may make money momentarily for a while, and it's always for a while.
Wow.
But if your growth, if your personhood does not grow to that income level, it will disappear.
Yes.
Now, why do you think that people start the beginning of the year, this year I want to hammer? I go hammer, and nothing nothing will stop me. Crossover night, their amen is the loudest. But then you go home, you do nothing. And then you wonder why you're not hitting those goals. My question to you is this. You want to make $1 million, how much do you have inside of you? Do you have $1 million inside of you? How much are you willing to invest in yourself? It's amazing. We can buy the ashwabi, buy the shoe, buy the wig, bone straight and skeletal straight, and a lot of things that we do, but that's about it. How much are you investing in your personhood? They can strip you of your cars, your money, your clothes, and everything, but nobody can strip you of what you know. And so you owe yourself that, to invest in that. Things can happen. Economy can go upside down, but you know there's an economy inside of you that cannot diminish. But if you don't grow that economy, you're not going to have anything to reap. I was having a financial intelligence training, and I painted a picture. I said, you know what? My question to you is, will your future self thank you for what you are doing today? And that future self is just there judging and waiting. It's like a judgment day. We will all face it. That's your future self. You get to the age of 65, you know, there's this very daunting American statistics that says at the age of 65, only 1% of the population will be financially free. And that's your future self. At the age of 65, will you be financially free? Will you go to your Mugo with a land in Banana Island for your grandson? Or will you go waiting for what your children are going to do? All right. Question. You see, I don't really care where you are today, the mistakes you made, or the debts that you have. What I do really care about is what you do after today. Thank that person that invited you here. And open your mind to these things. Because many of us may never have heard it. But my question again is, what will you do after today? As amazing as women are, we also have a bad habit, and it's making excuses. I've probably been relating with women for about the last 7 years, and I've seen all kinds. I've seen women who are so daring that they come to class with a 1-week-old baby. Just because they want to learn. I've seen women who have come to class with pregnancy about to drop just because they want to learn. I've seen women whose husbands have threatened them that if you go there, I'll throw you out of this house. And they have come and they have learned and they have grown. My question to you will be, what is that excuse? I've seen women who were broke, busted, and still came to class. It didn't matter if it was feeding money. But they knew that by all means, they had to gain knowledge. Will your future self thank you? Will you create another path for your children? Are you going to hand them battles, or are you going to hand them battles? Will you keep fighting the battle you've been fighting all your life? Or are you going to give them a new lease of life? I've never seen a greater motivation for women than their children. Am I right? Yes. I believe that that motivation is big enough to help you make a decision today to grow yourself and never stop growing. Yeah. The dividends of personal development does not come in 1 month, in 2 months, in 3 months. You know, I congratulate every woman who finished the last batch. I love them. I celebrate them. But I tell them something. You see, life in school is different from life outside of school.
Yep. Yes.
What you do after school is more important than what you were doing in school. And my question is, can you stay on the path of growth? It takes a lot. It's not something you can do on your own. Do you agree with me? You need a company of people whose head is what? Correct. Permit me to say. Because we are all products of our environment, good or bad. The words you hear, the people you see, the things you watch, all those things feed you and create a future, whether you know it or not. A child is formed between the ages of 0 and 7. You see all the things we struggle with today, they were there from the age of 7. If you have children under 7, you had better pay close attention to them because that's a golden period. If you have them above 7, it's not too late, but the work is more difficult. That's why an environment is so powerful. An environment that influences you enough to do the things that you know you need to do. Is there anybody here who doesn't know they need to read? I'll be shocked. But do we do the things we know we need to do? No. We only do the things we are accountable for. And that's why school exists. You can homeschool your children, right? And they will still be educated. But why do they have to wear school uniform? Why do they have to get to school at a particular time? Why do they have assignments? Why do they have particular classes? Because all of these things train them and teach them to act in a particular way. Accountability. Without accountability, nobody can grow. Nobody. Ask any great man. No accountability, no growth, because it's not measurable. So it's time to grow, ladies. And it's time to get on the growth curve and stay on the growth curve. You see, we don't have a choice of where we are born. Some people don't even have a choice of who they get married to. But you have a choice who you become in life. And that responsibility is entirely yours. So what are you going to do today? Get into school is what I told you. And get trained. And start your journey. Our vision at the Living Ladies Foundation is to empower 100,000 women by the year 2030. Because you see this Nigeria we all cried about, it's in your hands, it's in our hands. If we don't raise a generation from our homes, we will never have the country we desire. And if women don't get empowered, because you see, a person cannot walk or run successfully on one leg. Do you agree with me? If a nation has 2 legs, man and woman, and then one part of the nation is so empowered that the other part is under-empowered, what do you think will happen? We still cannot run fast. And that's why what we want to do is unlock the gender dividend that is in women. And it starts from you and I. Because what you learn today, do you know that you can teach 10 other women and help them get on the growth curve? Salama said something very interesting. She said, I've been telling my friends, though, if you don't get on this journey with me, I'm about to leave you. That's the impact of growth. Some way, somehow, she will influence her friends to get on the journey of growth. And so it's time to get on that journey as well. Wherever you are, doesn't matter. You may have money, you may not have money, you may need to borrow. All those things are actually not big. It's so inconsequential. My question to you is, are you driven enough? Are you desperate enough to want a change in your life? If you are, there's nothing that you want to do starting from today that will be impossible to you. So it's to make that decision that this is what I want to do and this is what I want out of life. Yep. At LLBI, we have a place for every woman. I have a business, we have a place for you. I don't have a business, we have a place for you. I don't even have an idea, we have a place for you. In fact, I don't know myself, we have a place for you. Because we believe that in that environment of growth, you can thrive and you can become all that you desire. So, someone is saying, where do I go from here? I'm going to give you several options. How many of us don't even have businesses at all? You don't have businesses. Great, you're in a good place and there's nothing to be shy about. You know why? You have not made mistakes yet. How many of us have mistakes, have businesses rather than have made mistakes? Raise up your hand. So those of you that don't have business, can you smile? You're in a good place. So if you don't have a business, you don't even have an idea, you don't know what to do, it's a good place to be. Because you are where you can learn right, learn it well, and know what you have to do. Alright. So we have this new course. It's called Find Your Goal course. Now this particular course is for women who don't even know what they want to do. So you don't know what you're passionate about, you know the things that you love, you're not even sure how to go from point A to point B, then you can take the Find Your Goal course. However, if you already have a business and you've been running that business for say once about 5 years, alright, and you're looking to increase your profitability, scale up your business, now you need to go for the basic leadership and entrepreneurship course. And that one is the bomb. That one you're in school for about 3 months, and through that 3 months we'll drill you. Trust me, we will drill you.
Yes,
We will squeeze you. We will stretch you. We will take away bad habits. You will look at your TV and say, Makobami, and you walk away. Your children will say, Mommy, are you not doing assignment today? Your teacher will beat you. I mean, how many of us your children have told you that? Mommy, do you want your teacher to beat you? Mommy, do your assignment. Because at LLBI, our mantra is what? And let me hear you well. Our mantra is what? No excuses. I just gave birth yesterday. No excuses. So we have the Find Your Goal course. That one runs for 2 weeks. We have the Basic Leadership and Entrepreneurship course. It runs for 3 months. We have another course. It's called the Business Startup course. Now this one is for people who already have an idea. You already have an idea of the kind of business you want to run, but it's still at the babyhood stage, all right? And you don't know what structures to put in place, etc. That one runs for 1 month. Wherever you are at LLBI, you can start today. And you can start immediately. So we have slips going around. If you need to ask questions, if you signed in, before you came in here, you definitely get an email, explaining to you what your next steps can be. Either it's the Find Your Goal course for about, it's less than 2 weeks actually, about 10 days, or you want to go for the Basic Leadership and Entrepreneurship course, or you want to go for the Business Startup course. But wherever, you must make a decision to do something today. Another thing I'm going to leave you with is this. Before you go, make sure that you start that journey to grow and you buy a book to go home with. There's always something, when you want to make a decision, do something that marks your mind. Are you listening? Yeah. When you want to make a new decision, do something that marks your mind and do it consistently and continuously. If not, whatever decision that you made, you may never follow through on it. The danger, let me tell you something. I told you that I've been doing this thing for like 7 years. Now when women say, I will do next batch, 9.5 out of 10 will not do it. Will not do it. The word is not do it. So don't put yourself in that position where you say, I'll do it next batch. I'll do it next time. Life always happens and will continue to happen. Things can happen. Start today. At least when you start, you have something left you have not finished, right? So start immediately and don't put it off till tomorrow. Someone says the best time to plant a tree was when? 20 years ago. The next best time is when? Now. Today. Now. Do it today and start your journey to growth today. Do you have any questions? Any questions? Now for women that have already done the Basic Leadership and Entrepreneurship course, all right? We have a 7-day goals challenge starting. Are you aware? Yeah. 7 days goals challenge. I mean, crush your goals. You can't afford to miss it. The itinerary is so robust, you cannot afford to miss it. We have the 7 days crush your goals challenge starting tonight. Tonight you have orientation, will start tomorrow. All right, so please go check your class chat groups, check your emails, check your SMS. Something has been posted for you somewhere. Please don't leave without getting on board that 7 days goals challenge, all right? So the first 7 days, and we have the second 7 days. So all the alumni ladies, all right, in the house, please go check your class chat group, check your emails. Trust me, we sent you several emails about this. So please, I beg you. How many of us are already on board the 7 days Crush Your Goals challenge? Awesome, fantastic. How many of us are not yet on board? Okay, please, I beg you, please. Check your class chat group, check your emails, check the alumni group. You'll find it there somewhere. All right. Ginika, do me a favor. Can you repost again so that everyone can have it? So please get on board. What we are doing the next 7 days is crushing our goals. Like in this quarter, nothing is going undone.
Yes.
And we all need that communal energy to do it. Yes, ma'am, you have to. You don't have to. Okay, so Basic Leadership and Entrepreneurship is a lot more robust. That one runs for 3 months. It's for people who already have existing business. And you've run that business for say like 8 months to about 5 years or more than 5 years, right? So you already have a business. But you want to maybe scale up the business do something else, or maybe just look forward to you guys just but the things that you have an idea, so you have motivated to last a long time. You already have that. Okay, thank you. I'm going to answer that. Hello, one house, please. So someone asked me a question and she said, is the class every day? So classes hold once a week, physical classes, all right? But then we interact every single day. Because every day for about 9 weeks, we're going to be reading books every day. Someone say every day. Every day. And that includes Saturday and Sundays, whether you have O and B or not. Alright? So every day, please one house. Every day you are reading books, but we only have classes once a week. So classes will either hold on Thursday or Friday, depends on your stream, 9 a.m. to about 2:30 in the afternoon. Alright? Did I answer the question? But we read every day. The next class. Okay. What is it? So what? Okay, please ask me. I can answer with All right, one house, please. So I got a question and it's saying, when does the class start? All right, so we have orientation online on Monday evening. Monday evening is 26th of April. So we have orientation online, and then classes actually begin 30th of April, all right? So the first class starts 30th of April, which is next week Friday, but we have orientation on Monday. Yes, for BLED. So for the basic leadership and entrepreneurship course, we have orientation on Monday, and then classes start on Friday, 30th of April. Another question says, is there an age question saying for women? Absolutely women in class and still count till as long as you can read. We had young women hold your mind. Yes, ma'am. How do you mean? Yes, that's there are different days. Different days. I don't want to intense. No. Answer that question. So the basic course are different. Curriculum is different. All right. The curriculum for 5 based on different courses. All right. The basic leadership and entrepreneurship, everything to all right courses. So all encompassing that. Gold course. You know what you want to do. Your passion. You seem to have lost touch with. So the final yes, ma'am. be able to get feedback. I know. We have women like that. What we have here. Please, business startup of me, alright? Now, business startup, and that one Saturday, alright? The only one leadership and entrepreneurship. Go to your stream, either Thursday or Friday. One day. Yes. Yeah. Now we have forgotten to us that you can pay your fees in this. We have that payment plan. So you can pay your fee. Yes, ma'am. Sorry. What else, please? No, so, all right. So please listen. Someone says, "Can I share the Crush Your Goals challenge?" Network. All right. That we should be network. All right. Okay. Leadership is 100,000 naira. Take in 3 installments. One. Can we have a lot of their currency? So cost is 100,000 installments. The first installment is split the balance of 2 installments, alright? So that is entirely up to agreement with the how to do that. Find your goal cost 20,000 online. Business 1,000 for online. Question. Can split it. First, ma'am. Oh, your question. Which one? Yes, online. Online. No, only on Saturdays. But the find your goal cost Wednesday. Find your goal is online. Business startup is you have contact with us. It's once a week. Yes. Please ask. Yes, ma'am. Okay, no. Yeah. Break in between. That we meet up. graduation in November. But for once they take that, all right. Yes, ma'am. Everything. Yes. Questions, I would say thank you. And I look forward
Today, so the few I will be out of here. First of all, I want to say thank you so much to be here today to develop relations here and now. We have so please way out as well. So this is one of the things that you like. Then thirdly, that we run Instagram called the Business League. So we run Wednesday and for about 30 minutes aspects of business. So this will be delivery. So keep your customers coming competitive world and we do your day. Alright, that's what we're doing. And at the end, night and please what you. So we're going to be having a free service management. Registered you see benefit free PIS so if you have also registered upon more details about the best decision